Before I show you guys the heat map for Los Angeles County, I want you guys to know that the headlines you read in the news are doing you a disservice. They could be completely irrelevant to the LA housing market. The whole country could crash. And if the economy is strong over here and the indicators show that, we're going to weather the storm. Real estate is local. Put the shutters on and pay attention to the data I'm about to show you, because this is raw data and an AI forecast combined, okay? Let me first show you guys the heat map. The green areas are seller's market, okay? And the orange areas are a neutral market, and the red areas are a buyer's market. The first thing you're noticing is that the most expensive areas, like Beverly Hills, is red, whereas the less expensive areas in the city, it's still a seller's market. I believe there's two reasons for that. One is the mortgage rates. Let's take a look at the mortgage rate. The blue line is the historical mortgage rates, and the purple line is the CME forecast. Expensive neighborhoods are being affected with higher mortgage rates more than less expensive areas. This percentage-wise is the same, but the dollar amounts are very different. Look, if $500,000 home, $400,000 loan, the difference between a mortgage payment between 3 and 7% might be $700-800. As to a $4 million house, it could be $5,000, right? Significantly more. Somehow, someone can justify like not going to the restaurant or not taking that yearly trip and justify buying a house in the $500,000 price category. But for $5 million homes, it's almost impossible to cut that much cost from your life to buy a house. And even just getting qualified with the banks have become way, way harder that way. Okay, the second reason might surprise you. Look, immigration. Now you're thinking, Arvind, everyone is leaving Los Angeles. What's going on? Well, not everyone is leaving. Los Angeles County is one of the highest areas for legal and illegal migration. Now, due to currency conversions, someone's coming from, let's say, illegal immigrants coming in, they are not having, their currencies are not strong enough to purchase properties in the more expensive areas. So they gravitate to the less expensive areas, and that could prop up the demand for those local markets. So it's something that you might want to monitor. Now, before we go and look at the indicators, let me fast forward the time. Look at this, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, maximum pain, okay? And 12 months, we see some relief. And again, this could be interest rates, mortgage rates coming below 6%, okay? The number one indicator that really got me worried is new supply year over year. There are 25% more new listings coming on the market this year than same time last year. And look at the line. It's straight up. There are more houses coming on the market. At the same time, new listing month over month, 102%. Now, yes, January, we're going to see more listings, but 102% is a lot of acceleration on that. And now, pay attention to this. I just told you a lot of new listings are coming on the market, but median days on the market is rising. Typically at this time of the year, because a lot of new listings come to the market, it brings the median days on the market lower. But the reason it hasn't come lower is because there's a lot of houses from last year that still haven't sold, and it just keeps going up. And this is a huge, huge red flag right here, because 58, we're very close to the buyer territory by its own indicator. Now, as you can tell, real estate hasn't crashed in Los Angeles, and there's a good reason for that. Is pending ratio year over year. There are 21% more homes in escrow than same time last year. But notice this. Do you see how it has gone up and it has plateaued? That's worrisome. And there's less than new supply coming on the market, right? More in, less out. And look at the pending ratio is 55% right now. Meaning if there's 100 homes on the market, only 55 houses that are in escrow. It's not a bad number. It's a healthy number, but look at the trend. Now, perhaps the most understated indicator is unemployment rate. And everyone talks about the mortgage rates, but I believe unemployment rate is significantly more important. I'll tell you guys why. Unemployment rate affects both buy side, the supply side, and demand side, both sides of the curve. Let me give you an example. Someone who has a really good job, they would want to upgrade their house or buy a vacation home, right? So they're on the demand side of the curve. But if the same person loses their job, what's going to happen? They could get on the supply side of the curve because they're like, wow, I can't make my payment. I got to find a job in another city. I got a downside. Now, let me show you guys the layoffs.fyi. This last 6 months, in LA County with companies headquarters in LA County. So there's a lot of other companies that are not headquarters and these numbers won't show it, but we've only had 1,700 layoffs, which is not significant. There's areas significantly worse than this in the country, but it's something to monitor. LA also has a very service-oriented economy. In fact, we have the most amount of small businesses in Los Angeles County. And if you're a small business owner, you already know this, it's not doing well. Let me give you an example. The year that killed LA restaurants, here are more than 65 notable closures from 2023. This is horrible. Do you know why this is happening? The retail rents are not adjusting. The cost of labor has gone through the roof. The cost of food, the raw food, has gone through the roof also. At the time where regular folks who go to restaurants have ran out of their stimulus packages, have tapped out their credit cards, and might lose their job. What do you think they're going to cut off? Restaurant, extra expenses. And that could really, really have an impact. Okay, now let's take a look at the AI forecast and the signal for Los Angeles right now. But first, I should tell you how it actually comes up to that forecast. It takes 30 different housing indicators, supply, demand, price cut, days on the market, all the ones we covered and many more that I didn't even mention, local unemployment rate in Los Angeles County, historical mortgage rates, the CME forecast for mortgage rates, and then figures out historically how much these factors have affected your neighborhood, your zip code, your county, your state, selects the right ones, assigns the correct amount of weight to each one of them, forecasts 12 months out, gives you a buy and sell signal with a degree of confidence. And then it updates the CME forecast once a week, and then updates the housing data once a month. So it's not one of those models where you literally look at it and say, okay, this is what's going to happen. No. First of all, probabilities are not certainties. And as conditions change, forecasts change. So this is something to monitor. It basically says, if the current conditions are like this, this is what's most likely to happen. Okay, it's a tool. It can help you make better real estate decisions. Okay, let's look at the forecast. The blue line is the current market. The purple line is the AI forecast. By October, the algorithm predicts a 10% market improvement for buyers with 60% confidence. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever asked anyone if it's a good time to buy or sell a property? I know you have, because that's the #1 question people ask me. People stop me everywhere and ask me, Arvin, is it a good time to buy a house? You're literally asking me to do exactly what I told you the AI model does in my head for your local area. I think ZipSmart.ai does a significantly better job than any human can. And if you're interested in this model, you can visit ZipSmart.ai. The county level is super affordable. I've purposely made it affordable because I'm committed to eliminating buyer and seller remorse in real estate. And I think this is a small step in that direction. Okay, let's take a look at Beverly Hills forecast. Here we go. First, let's go over the indicators. New supply, 10% more new listings coming on the market this year than same time last year. New supply month over month, 130% more homes coming on the market this month compared to last month. And again, more properties coming on the market, but days on the market is at 74. Which is, again, super alarming. And look at this, pending ratio is only 4% better than last year when there's 10% more new listings coming on the market. More in, less out, right? Look at the pending ratio. Out of 100 properties on the market, only 13% are in escrow, trending down, a little bit of an uptick, so we should take a look at that. And 10% of the properties are having price cuts in January, which is never good, okay? Now, let's take a look at the forecast. The blue line is the current market, the purple line is the forecast. We are already in a buyer's market, not deep down, but by May, the algorithm is projecting a 1.7% market improvement for buyers, so pretty much the same, stay the same, with 55% confidence. Okay. Now, if you live in any other county, San Diego County, Orange County, Los Angeles County, you want me to cover your neighborhood, tell me in the comments where you want and hit the subscribe button and the bell button so when I make that video, you'll be notified. Thanks. I answer all the comments myself. I'll see you in the comment section.